Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad. Matt and Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and today we're continuing on with the background building for behind Union Station. This little one right here. All right, and what we're going to do is the painting on it. All right, and so let me switch camera views, and we'll take a look at it. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of prime, so to speak, these putty lines. All right, one there, and there's one not so obvious right here. Okay, and to do that, for the tile front building, we're going to use marshmallow. Okay, toasted marshmallow. And for the Art Deco building, we're going to use classic caramel. Alright, pretty simple. We'll just lay down a bead of each to help mask that white. Then the next step is we're going to come back and airbrush the caramel and the marshmallow on each part of these buildings. Alright, so with that, let's get started. I think what we'll do is we'll do the caramel first, since it's the most obvious. Shaking up the bottle here. I typically just use the cap, what's on the cap. We're going to use a micro brush because we don't have a whole lot to cover. Keep in mind, there is a color difference. I know that. When it's all said and done, you won't notice it. Because the whole front will be this color. All I'm trying to do is even out the color before I put some thin airbrush color to it. Alright, so I've got my airbrush and I've got the marshmallow mixed up. So, of course, as always, you want to test it. Going good. So, let's get after it. Alright, while we're waiting for the marshmallow to dry, let's go ahead and hit the Art Deco with the caramel. Next thing I want to do is add the brick detail, or the mortar detail, I should say. I'm just going to use a gray wash, and I'm going to apply it with a sponge. We'll see how that works out. So we have the three buildings joined together. I also have the backs ready to go. But what we have here, as you can see from update from the last, is I've gone ahead and I've weathered the buildings. I used a panel line on the brick Art Deco just to give it some shadowing and a little bit of soot. Right? Now, the tile front building is a lot dirtier. Keep in mind it's right next to Union Station, just after the steam era closes, so there would have been a lot of soot in the air. And Chicago back in the 60s was not the most environmentally friendly place in the world, with the steel mills just a few, 30 miles maybe south at Gary, Indiana, on the south side of the Chicago area. Heavy industrial, a lot of air pollution. You drive down that side of town on a given day, and it was the sky would be have this red, rusty, dirty look to it, right? On a clear day, let alone a cloudy day. So that's kind of the era we're looking at and what we're trying to depict here. So I've gone ahead and done that. I went ahead and, of course, did all the window frames and did the glazing, as you can tell by the glare. The windows are in. I used the white masking tape on the back for the window shades. And I made this one rather boring. I didn't vary any either of them really. Okay. Now I did originally on this one, the center one. And but I did add inserts so that you can see that there's interiors for the camera and supplies. You've got the books, magazine, and newspapers. The news agency is what they're commonly referred to back in the day. And a barber shop. Okay? And when you look in close with lights on the back, you can tell what they are as well. Now the center one, that's Vinny's Pizzeria. Okay? And so anyway, got all that done. I'll show you the back side now. Of course, you can see the strapping. You can see where I've cut out for light to go through the windows. And keep in mind, these are very thin paper, so they should light up well from the back. And you can see the white electrical tape that I've used for the blinds. So that's the front. Let's take a look and see what the scan looks like. Because after all these I'm doing scans of so that we can build flats from them. Hang tight. All right, so this was too long to fit all three buildings onto the scanner to make it one scan. So I did it in two parts, which are easily cut down before laminating onto some foam core. So here we have the tile front building, and that's the scan of it. It's not the actual. So it looks pretty darn good, I think. So, and we can move on to the other one as well. So we'll have to figure out how. There we go. Alright, so now you got the Art Deco and the pizzeria building. And it just needs to slide up something to show. So I think they turned out really well. And I mean, it looks like they're just sitting there on the desk. So both of these are scalable. They're scanned in at actual size, which would be HO. But it's very easy to resize the picture down into N scale, as an example. And we'll be doing that at the last segment. Okay? As we look at making flats out of these. Finally, we'll take a look at the backs of these buildings. And you can see the bricks all been weathered. All right, giving it that dingy, dirty look. All right, most of which isn't seen. All right, now the backs are open because it's pushed up against a scene divider. All right, and really only the top windows will show through. That's why there's not even any glazing on the bottom. Now, important to note on the glazing, both front and rear, all right, it has been sprayed down with a matte finish. You can see the difference between the matte finish and no glazing. All right, that hides all the interior, but yet allows the light to penetrate outward and give the lighting effect at night that we're looking for. All right. So that's the exteriors, the backs. With that, I want to thank you for joining me here at Third Time Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and stay tuned for the next segment next week where we look at adding lighting to the building. All right. So have a great day. Bye now.